August 1st, 1971. Madison Square Garden. A Beatle is about to take the stage, but this isn't a reunion tour. This isn't about nostalgia. This is about saving lives, and nobody knows if the biggest wild card in rock and roll will even show up. Bob Dylan hasn't performed live in 2 years. George Harrison sits backstage with a set list on his guitar. Next to Dylan's name, a question mark. This is the story of how one phone call created the blueprint for every charity concert that followed. Let's roll spring 1970. The Beatles are done. The biggest band in history just imploded. John and Paul are throwing punches through magazine interviews. And George, the quiet one? He's about to do something louder than any press statement could ever be. Because across the world, Bangladesh is drowning. Political chaos, devastating floods, millions of refugees with no food, no water, no hope. Enter Ravi Shankar, the maestro of Indian classical music. George's friend and mentor. Ravi is watching his homeland suffer. He's thinking about fundraising, maybe a small event, something to help.
That's where I belong to. And George immediately felt that he would help.
Then George comes to Los Angeles. He sees Ravi's pain and George says 5 words that will change everything. I'll see what I can do. George starts dialing. He's thinking small. Maybe a few friends. Low-key, intimate. Then the callbacks start rolling in. Eric Clapton in. Ringo Starr already booking his flight from Spain. Leon Russell, absolutely. Billy Preston, count him in. George is stunned, delighted, and suddenly realizing he's assembling something massive. Madison Square Garden has exactly one date available. August 1st, 1971. 2 shows, 1 day. The idea catches fire, because here's the thing. Nobody had seen a Beatle perform live in years. Now you're getting 2 Beatles, plus Clapton, plus Russell, maybe even Dylan, all on one stage, for one cause. The tickets sell out instantly. Rock and roll is about to grow up. Madison Square Garden. The world is watching. This isn't just a concert, it's a statement. Ravi Shankar opens the show. Fitting, since this whole thing started with him. But there's a problem. The crowd is hyped. They're screaming. They can't sit still. Ravi takes the mic. He politely asks for quiet, respect. This music is sacred. The band starts tuning their instruments. The crowd erupts in applause. Ravi grabs the mic again. If you appreciate the tuning so much, I hope you'll enjoy the playing more. Classic. Then George hits the stage. The band kicks in. Wah wah explodes through the arena. Look at this lineup. Billy Preston on organ, Leon Russell on piano, Eric Clapton on guitar, Ringo on drums. Every single person is bringing their A game, because they're not just playing for a crowd. They're playing for George, and they're playing for Bangladesh. Leon Russell is on fire, absolutely burning through his set. Billy Preston delivers a performance people will talk about for decades. These aren't the most famous names on the bill, but they're giving the most memorable performances. The energy is electric, the cause is real, the music is transcendent. But one question still hangs in the air. Where's Dylan? George is backstage during rehearsals. He's got his set list written on his guitar. Bob Dylan's name is there, with a question mark next to it. Because Dylan hasn't confirmed. Dylan hasn't committed. Dylan hasn't performed live in 2 years. He's a ghost. Then the moment arrives. George looks to the wings, and there he is, Bob Dylan, ready to perform.
Just like a woman, then she begs. People talk over situations, read books and repeat quotations.
The crowd loses their minds. Blowing in the wind, just like a woman, a hard rains are gonna fall. This performance will convince Dylan to tour again years later. The magic is undeniable.
But she breaks just like a little girl.
And backstage after the show, Dylan embraces George. God, we should have done another show. Pure lightning in a bottle. The numbers tell one story. $250,000 raised for UNICEF that day. The album and film that followed, 15 million more. But the real legacy goes deeper. Without the concert for Bangladesh, there's no Live Aid, no Farm Aid, no Band Aid, no benefit concerts as we know them. George Harrison and Ravi Shankar wrote the playbook. Rock and roll had always been about rebellion, about youth, about energy. Bangladesh was the moment it became about responsibility. One phone call, one friend asking another for help. That's how it started. 2 guys stepping up to do something nobody had done before. And suddenly the name Bangladesh was known worldwide. Ravi Shankar later said he never imagined it could become so big. He was just trying to help his people. George was just trying to help his friend. But together, they proved that music could move more than just emotions. It could move mountains. The concert for Bangladesh wasn't perfect. It was chaotic. It was thrown together in weeks. But it was real, and it showed the world what happens when artists use their platform for something bigger than themselves. That magic happened in one single night, and rock and roll was never the same.
Adams light the candle in ceremonies of the horsemen.
What's your favourite moment from the concert for Bangladesh? Dylan's surprise appearance, Leon Russell's blazing performance, George finally stepping into the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more stories about the moments that changed music history, hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more coming your way. Keep it loud, keep it meaningful, keep rocking.